Safety for you today, whether you're at work, at home, or play.
After more than a decade of celebrating OSHA's coveted Star Site Safety Award, complete with a special plaque and the presentation of a distinguished VPP flag to fly proudly over the base at the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard,
Safety first when you cross.
that party is over. The first official sign of trouble came from the U.S. Department of Labor last month. Their OSHA officials wrote they had concerns over the site's commitment to VPP safety. The letter was to serve as a notice of proposed termination from the rigorous program. And the VPP Star Site Awards on the base? They were not to be displayed anymore. Down came the plaque and the high-flying flag.
Should this be a wake-up call to top management there at the shipyard?
I would hope so.
Bruce Bailey on the right and Ed Mannon are top bosses for the largest union at the shipyard, the Bremerton Metal Trades Council. They said after seeing King 5's reports on workers getting sick from chemicals like chlorine and cyanide for 7 years, and then the shipyard denying the problem, the members wanted out of VPP.
For many of the union affiliates and many of the employees, it was a gigantic tipping point. Definitely heavily weighted the scales one way.
Where they were just like, we're done.
Yes.
Last year, the King 5 investigators began exposing serious safety problems at the shipyard. We found a plant built to treat hazardous water was itself hazardous. Overflowing tanks, leaking pipes, and chronically broken safety systems put workers in harm's way. Exposure to chemicals like cyanide left workers like Tim Combs sick with stomach and respiratory problems. He nearly died last year after surgery to remove most of his stomach.
2/3 of your stomach is now gone.
Yes.
King 5 also revealed that shipyard managers weren't honest when OSHA came to investigate. We obtained test results from 2013 that showed toxic chlorine gas measured so high at one point, employees had to evacuate the building 5 times in 5 days. Navy testers also found chlorine levels 9 times higher than what can kill you. But when OSHA came in that year, we found top shipyard officials said those results were a fluke, writing they were confident employees hadn't been exposed to unsafe chlorine gas levels.
Based on what I saw on your investigation, I think certain members of management were less than honest with OSHA when they were investigating things. So.
And is that acceptable to you?
That violates every thought you could think of for VPP.
Union leaders sent this letter to OSHA last week, officially withdrawing and killing the VPP program at the site. The union wrote, management gave misinformation to OSHA. They're hiding their culpability and refusing to take responsibility. These are not the actions of a VPP partner. Moving forward, the union is asking for basic but important changes.
Open, honest transparency, making our people safe.
And I spoke with the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard representatives today. Actually, they sent me a statement. We emailed back and forth, and they said, yeah, we're out of the program, but they were essentially saying we still deserve to be in it. They feel like their standards are above and beyond the Star Site status. So obviously, they disagree with this move and feel good about their safety record.
All right, so what's next?
By OSHA's policies, they have 1 year until they can reapply. So, yeah, this is a black eye. Of course, the shipyard didn't want this, but they can reapply. And in the meantime, the workers and their union representatives are hoping that the shipyard gets it together and is going to be safer from now on.
Okay, Susanna, thank you.